Friends, hope you are well. Welcome to yet another video in our series Finance and Investing Tidbits. The purpose of this video is to differentiate between the two ideas of cost control and cost reduction, which are quite often mixed up. So let's explore them. Welcome to the video. Cost control is indicative of efforts to ensure that costs remain within the approved or budgeted range. Thus, it's more of a control mechanism. Cost control involves regular monitoring and rigorous approval process before expenses are committed, because once expenses are committed, you can't reverse them. So cost control involves all those mechanisms to ensure that there are proper approvals and the entire paraphernalia before the organization commits to those resources. Budgeting is one of the most important tools for cost control. Diligence and detailing at the time of budgeting helps in effective cost control. So there are various tools which are used, like zero budgeting, which means you always do budget fresh. You don't actually take the previous year's expenses for granted and load inflation on them. So various ways budgeting can be made more effective. The point is that budgeting is a very important tool for cost control. Also, these cost centers around which the entire budgeting process is woven are given responsibility to various executives who are required to monitor costs at that cost center level. So naturally, there is a certain responsibility which is assigned, and that makes it effective, because ownership of cost is very critical to be able to control it. While cost control does not involve taking any dramatic initiatives, cost reduction involves initiatives which challenge the very cost base rather than just controlling it. Cost reduction is achieved through a cultural change and is not a program to celebrate for a few weeks. Like some banks celebrate their customer service week, as if for rest of the weeks the bank need not render very high quality customer service. So cost reduction, if it is treated as a program, it's not going to be successful. If it is embedded in the culture of the organization, then it's going to be effective and people are going to be very conscious about it, and there are naturally incentives for them to contribute in creating and propagating that culture. Thank you for watching. Cost reduction creates value for every stakeholder, including customers, employees, and even the vendors. Cost reduction does not mean cutting corners, or what is also conventionally called as cost cutting, because quite often that results in a compromise in the customer service or customer experience, or even in terms of the employee experience. So cost reduction is more fundamental in nature and creates win-win without hurting any stakeholder. That's the very important part. And cost reduction naturally goes steps ahead of cost control. Thank you for watching this video. Take care.